I don't know if you heard the news story this week about penicillin and Winston Churchill. There is a link with this Bible passage, hopefully. There was a news story this week because some papers has just been released under the rule about some comments that Winston Churchill had made about penicillin. And as you know, penicillin was an amazing thing when it was discovered. It had antibacterial properties, and it was discovered in the UK. But the particular news story this week was that was frustration from Winston Churchill, because although it was discovered in Britain and it had an amazing impact, particularly in the Second World War, with people saving many lives from bacterial infection, it was actually the US that got ahead of the game and managed to sort of industrialize its production. And so in the Second World War, the UK was dependent on US production of penicillin for our troops. And the particular angle was Winston Churchill complaining to his advisors about, why can't we industrialize the production of this? Why are we dependent on the US? Because it was so crucial in the World War II effort in saving so many lives from infection, so many wounded and dying in that conflict. And the link that I thought with today is penicillin and its properties of destroying bacteria is a bit like this concept of holiness that comes throughout this passage. We see at the beginning, don't we? It's God's will that you should be sanctified, or the other word for that is holiness. And we get it at the end as well. God did not call us to be impure, but to live a holy life. And then again in verse 8, it's God who gives you his Holy Spirit. And one of the ways of illustrating this aspect of holiness, of God's character, is a kind of a purity which destroys all that is impure and threatens life. And in the same way that those bacteria threaten the lives of those wounded service personnel, and penicillin's action was to destroy and blitz those bacteria to keep the life preserved and to keep it safe. So the holiness of God in the Bible is the aspect of his character that acts against and blitzes and destroys and attacks and fights all that is unhealthy, all that would sap our spiritual life and take us to death, in fact.